Hi everyone, my name is Ben Dieterle. I'm the Community Services Supervisor for the City of Fountain Valley. But today, what I'm talking about on the podcast is run clubs. And so we're going to be talking to a local run club here in Orange County. And if you don't know what run clubs are, you probably have one in your backyard. They're in every community. To me, run clubs are a really powerful example of sort of grassroots recreation, and they really represent a blend of community, socialness, and fitness. And some of the things that I really like about it is that it's welcoming to all participants and all paces. So it doesn't matter if you are an avid runner or a first-time runner. It's kind of equalizer for everybody. So anyone can come as long as they want to participate in the activities, like running. There's like a real social focus. So it's a low commitment. There's no like membership into these run clubs. You just are a participant. And so it really is focused on the social connection, the community building that's going on and taking place inside of the Run Club. But what I really like about it, and specifically what I've seen for the Orange Run Club, is that, yes, they do the run, but then they do things afterwards. So it'll be things like going to local breweries or going to, different coffee houses afterwards, which is really cool, both as a benefit to the Run Club, but also to the local community. So people can, people are going to these small businesses, these local businesses that are in each community. I really like the pop-up structure of it, and the way you kind of find out about this is usually through social media, and they can meet anywhere. There's sometimes a consistent meeting of, hey, we're going to meet here at this place every day, or come follow us on social media and you can see the different runs that we're doing, in different places. So it really leverages, I think, Parks and Recreation in the sense that, we provide all of these public assets. So like trails and parks and things that they run to and run in, those are all things that we provide to help, kind of be the catalyst for these run clubs to exist. Another thing that I like about it too is really cost effective, right? Like when we think about the traditional sense of like what contract classes are and how people sign up for it, this is a great way and a low cost, low commitment for people, because typically these are free, and so people are coming into these run clubs and not having to pay a lot. They're community building and they're supporting the local economy. And so for me, I feel like this is a powerful and both engaging peer-to-peer way that fitness has come to the forefront while utilizing public assets. So I think this is going to be a really cool conversation, talking specifically about Orange Run Club, but I think this conversation is going to be applicable to each of your communities, and trying to think beyond, what's happening right now for run clubs, and really trying to focus on how do we leverage these clubs, how do we utilize them and engage them as partnerships to really be a part of it. So, hi Anthony, how are you?
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How's all things running?
Good, good. Great morning so far. How's everything going with you?
Good. Yeah, no, all good. So I want to talk a little bit, give you an opportunity to talk about the Orange Run Club a little bit, how it came to be, how it got started, kind of, if you can kind of talk about the background a little bit.
Yeah, so we started August of last year, 2024, but even leading up to that, it was just kind of like I started my fitness journey early 2024. I would run with some buddies here in Orange, up in Orange Park Acres, and just kind of around the neighborhood. And it was just like I made a post one day. Hey, if, I started a run club. Would anybody come? Right, just as simple as that. I did a poll on Instagram. Yeah, like people voted, like yeah, you should do it. And you kind of take that for with a grain of salt. You don't really know who's gonna show up. So first, we did it like in August, first week, and we had like 10 people show up. And to me that was like crazy, because it was like, wow, like 10 people really just like took time out of their day, their lives, and their schedule to like really come meet up to run what I think it was 3 miles or 1.5 miles at the time. So yeah, and then just the power of social media from there, it's just kind of like snowballed into what it is now. It's like next run 15 people, maybe 20, and then kind of just doubles that. And then yeah, I just kind of stayed consistent with it for a year, and it turned into what it is now, and I'm super grateful and blessed.
I really like how right? Like kind of social media is like the new word of mouth. And so like it's interesting like you
Hmm.
just do a random post or post something on your
Hmm.
personal page and then how that can kind of spread like wildfire, right? In terms of
Hmm.
getting to know like what's out in your community and figuring out like what you can get involved in your own, like in your own backyard. So what I know you originally got in it because you know for health and wellness's purpose, but as it as it started growing, what was like your initial vision of like what you wanted to Orange Run Club to be, and then how has that evolved since now you've gained a lot of traction and you've gotten a lot of members from it. So how has that evolved your vision as you've gotten more members?
Yeah, no, great question. And it's something that we always keep in mind as we're growing and honestly kind of going through growing pains is kind of like what our mission has been since the beginning, and that's just community. It's just bringing like-minded individuals together from all walks of life, creed, religion, like occupation doesn't matter. It's like we're a community. We all have our busy lives outside of this 30 minutes to an hour that we're all together running and sharing this experience and just showing that like hey like we could still bring everyone together and like just give back to the community, and that's always been our mission since day one.
Okay, great. So it's transcending. Doesn't matter how many people are involved, right?
No, not matter.
All about community. So another thing that I wanted to talk about is Orange Run Club, right? Like the pop-up nature of like, hey, we're meeting here at this time, or we're taking a run somewhere else, is really central to its identity. What do you feel like are some key elements into Orange Run Club's culture that you believe attracts people to the Run Club? And then how do you feel like you maintain that consistent community feel once they've arrived
Hmm.
to the club?
Yeah, another great question. It's because this is what we often kind of discussed in our weekly meetings. I just think it's the energy that we bring, and I think it's also just the being from Orange. It's just like that experience that we bring, and what that looks like is just that old town feel, but mixed with like kind of like the newer generation, like the youth aspect of it, I guess. Because some of these other run clubs have a little bit of older crowd, which is great because we have people from all ages, right? But I think we kind of bring like that youth, like that energy, and it's just like the orangeness, the orange native, and I think the energy and the experience that we can bring with that is just pretty unique.
That's great. And then I know you will typically, after your guys' run clubs, go to like different local businesses. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, yeah, and that's a key element to the Orange Runner Club experience is the hangout after. In my opinion, it's just as important, if not more, because that's the actual time you can sit down and get to know someone, right? Or get to know a group of people, or someone get to know you, right? So, yeah, we'll go for coffee usually after, or just have a local spot in the Orange Circle to mingle and hang out with. Like I said, I think it's like a big element in what makes Orange Runner Club. It's like, hey, yeah, we meet up, we socialize, and then we do a run, but it's like, hey, like let's get to know each other and get to know everyone right afterwards.
Yeah, and to me it sounds like what you're saying is okay, so it's our energy and our like social media presence that like attracts people to come to Run Club. And then
Right.
you do the activity, but really where like the community building takes place, like the relationship building is afterwards, right? When you're attending those different things that you have planned after a run, right? To like get to
Hmm.
really get to know people. So then that the next time that they come, it's not like, oh hey Anthony the stranger. It's hey Anthony from
Hmm.
Run Club. We've talked and sat down and like shared a coffee together, right?
Right.
And I know you recently did like a special event, like a thrift and run. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, we did our first run and thrift event at Chapman Crafted here in Orange. Yeah, that was like our big quote unquote like event because we usually have smaller meetups, gatherings for our run club, and that was our first collaboration that we did with the Orange Market, which is my buddy Lucas's flea market that he runs. So he has that side of it, and I have the run club, and we were just kind of like for the longest time like how can we kind of bring both businesses together and like, you have your community, we have ours, and how can we kind of just mesh that together? And really our only kind of like limiting factor was the space. That's been kind of like our struggle in the past with like trying to throw events is not having the right space. So Chapman Crafted was like, hey, like, we can host it here. So we said, great. And yeah, it went really well. We had probably about 110, 115 people for the run club, not like for the entire event, but just for the run club event part. And yeah, we just had a flea market right after, from cookies to coffee to vintage clothing, jewelry, chiropractor. Yeah, we had the whole shebang.
That's great. Yeah, no, that's a great event to like kind
Hmm.
of cross both of your guys' businesses, right?
Hmm.
So you just kind of talked about it a little bit, but Orange Run Club primarily utilizes public spaces, so like parks, trails, streets, paths, things like that.
Hmm.
Do you have a relationship currently with the City of Orange Parks and Recreation Department?
We do not at
Okay.
the moment, no.
And if they were to approach you or you were to approach them, what kind of support do you need from them to operate smoothly? So it sounds like space could be an opportunity for one thing that you guys
Hmm.
could join in on, right? Because we have all of these public facilities. Is there anything else that you can kind of think of that would help you operate your club more smoothly if you had that partnership with the City of Orange Parks and Recreation?
Yeah, 100%. You touched on it. It's the space. It's yeah. I mean, I'm trying to think of, I know there's other things I just can't think off the top, but the first thing I can think of is utilizing a space.
Okay, great. So if anyone from the City of Orange is listening, reach out.
Yeah.
Okay, let's just play like make believe a little bit. So let's just say you're given a small, unrestricted, like there's no any sort of guidelines to it,
Hmm.
like a grant or a partnership opportunity from, let's just say, the City of Orange Parks and
Hmm.
Recreation Department. Um, what single like public recreation asset? So we're talking about like trails or a community room. What would you invest in or utilize, and why?
I think so. There's a couple. There's two. I think first one would be probably a trail for some sort of big event outside, like maybe a 5K trail run. We've always loved the idea of having like a 5K in the city, and like kind of almost closing off the streets, but we can do that with like a trail that would be just as nice. So that's already something that we've been thinking about. Second one would be some type of facility or building to host like a social club. Um, we we are kind of slowly introducing to our members from Orange Runner Club our kind of like our alter ego, our sister club, which is called Social Space. So it would be something like that. Again, it's all about community and just bringing like the social aspect to Orange, to the community, right? So I would say it's probably like one of those two, or if not both of those. Again, community based.
No, those are great. So if we like look ahead a little bit, where do you kind of see Orange Run Club going in the next 5 years, or where do you want it to be in the next 5 years?
Yeah. So I look at it in two parts. First part is locally, like Orange based, Orange County, and that's just collaborating and giving back to a lot of businesses, whether that's just in the city of Orange or any other city in Orange County, right? It's be like the face, be well known, like, hey, like Orange Runner Club, they do business with almost everyone, right? And that's not, I don't look at that in a negative way. Some people might, but I look at it like, hey, we're giving back, we're collaborating, we're hitting these, mom and pop shops. So I just want to have like a real presence in the community where it's like we're known, like, yep, like we know those guys, we know what they're about, we know what they do, right? And then the second part to that is taking it kind of just beyond Orange County in the city of Orange, where it's like we want to do other collabs with run clubs in Sacramento and Texas and New York, right? Like we want to be known worldwide. Just to us, it's important, obviously, to be community driven, community based, but it's just as important to get our name and our brand out there because we want to expand. And there's just a lot of opportunities that present themselves when you kind of get out of your hometown, right? So we kind of break it up in like those two parts.
I'm curious too, like, so a lot of cities work with like service clubs, like Rotary Club or Lions Club, that's local to their community.
Hmm.
And it seems like people more of like the millennial generation are into these more social groups, these, instead of a call to service, it's more of a call it a socialness. Do you
Hmm.
see like any like service aspect to your club in the next 5 years, or is it purely just to remain like a social group for people to come and just build community and like, participate and bond over a shared activity?
Yeah, I think for Orange Runner Club itself, just kind of keep it as like the social aspect of it, and like I said, kind of create these like alter egos or like a sister brand where it's like maybe it can be service based, I guess if you want to call it that. Just with Orange Runner Club, just kind of keep that community driven, just trying to provide so much value and keep people in and just show, hey, like, look, like you can come here to, meet like your next business partner, meet a trainer, meet someone you can do business with in an industry that's maybe not even related to fitness, right? So I think we just kind of go with that approach.
Yeah, and that's like a great benefit too that people don't really.
Yeah.
I wouldn't think of, if I was joining a run club, like the right, like the networking that can be involved if you're
Hmm.
looking to make a change in your career, or even
Right.
like, meet people sort of in the same industry, the same field as
Hmm.
you, to help sort of leverage partnerships or leverage
Yeah.
your peers in the future if it helps benefit and is both
Hmm.
mutual, right?
Yeah.
Okay, my last question for you is there like, do you have like a specific moment or like a cool story about Run Club that really defines like your why, like why you continue to do this, or like really shows like the nature of Orange Run Club?
Hmm. Yeah, I have a couple. The first one easily I can think of is, I guess it's not really, it's more of just the messages that we get where it's like, hey, like I lost X amount of pounds like by joining, like ORC, or just like someone signing up for the first marathon. It's like that, like those, because and then they'll say, hey, I signed up for my first marathon because of ORC. I started running because of ORC, and it's like those moments, those messages, they're priceless. It's like that's the reason why we do this, right? Or even maybe not even related to running, where it's like, hey, like I found my new girlfriend, my new boyfriend. It's like things like that. It's like, okay, cool. Like we take pride in that. It's like, like we created something that contributed to someone's life in a beneficial way. And it's moments like that, like I said, that are priceless, that you just can't buy, and just kind of stick with you forever.
Yeah, and I think we talked about a moment too. I love that like people are finding love at run clubs.
Yeah.
But I think we talked about too like someone had moved right from like the East Coast or something. We talked offline about this. Can you like talk about that a little bit too?
Yeah, and that one was like a pretty. I think at that moment it was like, okay, like we are pretty. Like I obviously like to be very humble, and like I like to think of myself as very humble with it. But I think that was a moment where I was like, okay, like I think we have something really special. Someone had came from, I think it was Virginia, and she was moving to Orange County, and she was telling someone at a Virginia run club, hey, I'm moving to Orange County, like I don't know any run clubs out there. And then someone from out there was like, oh, you should check out Orange Runner Club, out in California. And to me that was like, wow, like someone in like Virginia, like they know about us. And it's like it's crazy. It's like it just reassures on like the work that you put in, and that there's always someone watching or looking when you don't feel like that people are. So yeah, that was a crazy moment.
Well, and it's cool too, like, someone from, the complete opposite side of the country is coming and feeling like they have a safe space to land once they get to Orange to help kind of
Yeah.
build community and build their friendship and build their
Hmm.
peer network. And as someone also who's like a transplant from Orange County, I came from Northern California, not quite as
Hmm.
far. It would have been
Nice.
nice to have like somewhere like, okay, I can for sure go here, just because
Yeah.
we know there's run clubs in every community, right? Like
Hmm.
that part isn't unique. It's really the people and like the experiences that you give people that makes each of those run clubs unique. And so I think that's a really cool like testament to what you guys
Yes.
one have online, but two like what run clubs are really there for, right? Is giving
Hmm.
people an opportunity to do a shared activity, but really it's not just the shared activity that we're talking about here. It's the
Hmm.
stuff that happens after, like the coffee and going to the brewery and doing special events that really
Hmm.
helps make your brand recognizable, right?
Yeah. I just remembered too, actually, now that we were on that topic, we got a message, I think maybe a week and a half ago on the Run Club page from a girl. She was like, what did she say? Oh, I'm coming from London in mid-October to Orange County, like what does the run club schedule look like? And I mean, I don't know who she is. I don't know if she's from London. I don't know if she is from here originally and then moved there and came back. But again, I mean, I thought that was pretty crazy to be like, okay, like she's coming from London, she's moving, she heard about us somehow, and she wants to know our schedule to like attend one of our run clubs. And yeah, that was another one of those moments like, oh dang, this is crazy. Like people in London are like they know about it. It's always so real, you know.
I love that. Okay, so this is, this podcast is going to go out to everyone in California and maybe beyond. So can you plug in where people can find you, especially if they're local to Orange County?
Yeah, so our handle on IG is Orange Runner Club. So it's Orange Runner Club. And on TikTok, same thing, Orange Runner Club. And then we also are on YouTube, Orange Runner Club. We're starting to push out longer content just for like behind the scenes and kind of give people like, hey, like things that we don't normally post on Instagram or TikTok, just kind of like day in the lives and kind of getting to know people in Run Club behind the scenes.
And when do you guys typically meet?
We meet on Saturday mornings at 9 a.m. So we just finished our Wednesday summer runs. That was on Wednesdays at like 7. Now summer's over, time's changed, and kind of going back to our normal schedule we first started with. So Saturday mornings at 9 a.m. The location usually is Orange Plaza at least once or twice a month. And then we have the other 2 weekends to kind of just go different parts of Orange or Orange County.
Great. All right. Well, hopefully I'll see you there at one of them.
Yeah,
Thanks for chatting with me this morning. I really appreciate it as we kind of look at what, these pop-up groups are starting to look like in each of our communities, and it was great to get some insight from you. So thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Have a good day.
You too. Bye.